In this lesson, we're going to convert between a logarithmic function and an exponential function. So a logarithmic function has a base of b, and what I really want you to focus in on here is when we're talking about the base. So in the logarithmic form, my base is b. X is a positive real number, b is not 1. We've already talked about the exponential function and what the base of that function was. So the base of a log or an exponential function is also b, and so notice that these two things are the same. And so what we're going to practice in this lesson is going from logarithmic to exponential and vice versa. And I just use sort of a swirly method. I'm sure that's not the technical term, but essentially what I'm going to do is to go from a log function to an exponential function. I'm going to start at the base and say b to the y equals x. So b to the y equals x is the function. So for instance, from here, I would say 7 to the x equals 22. 7 to the x equals 22. That's how we go from logarithmic to exponential. Now going from exponential to logarithmic, again, I know that the base will always be the base. So this is going to be log base 14, because again, going from here to here, the base, and then this is the next value, and then this is the solution. So log 14 of 227 equals x. So that's how we're going to go back and forth between those two forms. Just keep remembering that the base is always the base. So here, the base of that value equals the exponent. Here, the base of that value equals what you're taking the log of. So let's do a little bit of practice. Starting with a logarithmic function into exponential, I always start here. So it's 5 to the negative 1 equals 0.02. 5 to the negative 1 equals 0.2. And then again, base is always the base. So the base of 23 means 23 to the 0 power, I don't know why I wrote 25. 23 to the 0 power equals 1. So base to the 0 equals 1. Here we're going to go backwards. I've given you exponential. We're going to write it logarithmic. So again, this is going to be log base 5 of 125 equals 3. Log base 5, because the base is always the base, of 125 equals 3. And then log base 216 of 6 equals 1/3. Here are 4 questions for you to try, so try them all, then press play to check your work. Again, going from logarithmic to exponential, I start at the base, so it'd be 3 to the 4th equals 81. 3 to the 4th equals 81. And then 14 to the 1st equals 14. Base is always the base. Going from exponential back to logarithmic, again, the base is the base, so it's going to be log base 2 of 64 equals 6. So log base 2 of 64 equals 6. And then log base 8 of 1/2 equals negative 1/3. 8 1/2 negative 1/3.